Good morning, Viet crypto people. So go check out Bix Weir's video this morning if you haven't already. Mt. Gox trustees Bitcoin rigging operation exposed. That's what he labeled his video. Bunch of valid points. I was following the same article he was reading over the last actually couple of days. Wasn't sure if I was going to do a video yet. I was waiting for a couple more pieces of news that I thought I might want to bring, but I might as well at least talk about this. But here's a screenshot of one of the parts in his videos where he shows something interesting. So the trustee in charge of the Mt. Gox debacle that has to make everybody whole as best they can for what's owed, rather than give the people the Bitcoin that they're owed, as Bix talks about too, they're just going to liquidate it all, i.e. dump it on the markets at interestingly key timed events, and get the money and then give that to the people that's owed, creditors and whatnot. But I'm not going to repeat everything he just said. Go watch his video. He's got good stuff in here. Now, see this date right over here? Where my mouse is? 2017, 12/22. I know that date very well. That was the day my uncle was down. My dad, my mom, my sister, family, we were all at Red Lobster. And for those Jerky Boy fans out there, I don't like lobsters. They put that shit on my table and I slapped that shit off my table because I don't eat that shit. I licked that shit. Jerky Boys fans, that was for you. Rosine. So, 12/22/2017. Notice, a few days before that, 2,000 Bitcoin were dumped. But on that date, 12/22, the day I was at dinner, the day we had a very hard sell-off in crypto land, everywhere, not just Bitcoin, all markets were looking bad, was a 6,000 dump order, if you will. 6,000 Bitcoins dumped. That was when Bitcoin was like going from 15 to 20K time frame. Remember that range of time? So what happened? Massive sell-off across the board. Why? Because someone just dumped an enormous amount of money worth of Bitcoin on there. So here's all the transactions, okay? Then on 1/17, an 8,000 Bitcoin order. Now keep in mind, my mom, Mrs. Psychic, right, says she wrote down in the note, basically, cryptos will be fine, it'll be good. Second week of January will be the tell-all that cryptos are going to be fine. In all that exact time frame, cryptos staged an incredible recovery. Very nice price. As a matter of fact, right around that time, I think we hit the all-time, as far as market cap, roughly the all-time high again. Somewhere around there anyways. So I was like, see, my mom had this note. Remember that? I got the note. I'm going to read it to you guys today because the markets were looking bad. Oh, what's happening? Mom, can I have that note early? Sure enough, she gave me a few days early. And then when the time frame she came actually happened, boom, she was spot on. So the day she wrote that letter was 12/22/2017, the second one down on this list. 6,000 Bitcoin sell order. Causes a stampede. My uncle, my dad are all talking at the dinner table at Red Lobster. And they're like, should we sell? What the heck's going on? Is this going to end? My mom's like, no, stop. Don't sell. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. I wrote a little note. I'm going to release it in a few weeks. And I'm like, release it in a few weeks. Give it to me now. No, I don't want to give it to you now, right? Remember that whole story. You remember the whole story. I talked all about it on YouTube. So what I didn't have at the time was this little sheet in front of me. Strange date, 12/22/2017, don't you think? Same day I'm out there having this dinner with my whole family and relatives, in which we had a massive sell-off. Okay? So now what I'd like to do is share with you something interesting. For those who don't think cryptos are going to rebound, who think, oh, this could be the end, okay. Keep telling yourself that. I'm telling you the bull market's fixing to start. I've got numerous confirmations, by the way. And one individual told me over a week ago, 23% drop in cryptos, mainly Bitcoin and whatnot, was going to happen. And mainly the crypto market. And I said to him, you know, so I don't forget. If this happens, send me another message, you know. They sent me another message. It absolutely happened. Okay? So he, amongst other people, including Trader Boss, says bull market is coming. Coming to a theater near you and soon. Now, let's look at December 22nd. Here's the 21st. Price $16,300. 22nd happens. Oh my God. Drops down to a low of, I can't even get to the actual low. 12.9, but again, I can't even get my mouse right. It looks like it was closer to 12, a little over 12. If you see that little green arrow, that's the price. So I don't want to just keep zooming in and out all over the place, but basically a little over 12,000. From over here at 16.9, round that off to 17,000. Because the day before even, you know, 18,000, right? Whatever. So this guy sells off right in here. 8,000 Bitcoin. What happens? Boom. Market tanks. Starts to recover a little bit, right? So let's go back to Bix's video. Now, keeping in mind, he got started on the 18th as well. Now that wasn't big though. Look, 2,000 Bitcoin versus 6,000. So he sold 3 times as many Bitcoin on the 22nd as he did on the 18th. For the 18th, again, what are the chances? Listen to me, people. If you think this is just coincidence, as I always say, Bixware is saying it too. A lot of us say it. These are key timed events, not just because of what this guy is saying, Mt. Gox, Trusty. These are key timed events to get the market down. They had Charlie Lee come out and say, hey guys, Litecoin could dump in 2018. It really looks like it's going to be a bull market, a bear market. You know, don't be upset if it's $2 or $3 or whatever he said. Remember that? He did it on purpose. You know he did. Timed also with this thing guy. You mean to tell me the trustee, no relation to Charlie Lee or any other person out there trying to get the market to crash at the time, happened to sell stuff off and make stupid comments at the same time? You know, roughly same time frame. So here it is, all-time high, $19.9 thousand, so nearly 20K. That's the 17th. His first sell order, 2,000 Bitcoin. Boom, drops the price down. Right here, boom. Next huge sell order, 3 times the amount. Boom. What else do we got? January 17th, which is after my mom said that second week would be real nice. January 17th, right here. My mom says second week. As we get to that second week, boom, we were already up to a very respectable price here, aren't we? Look at this. My mom says right around that second week, boom. First part of January, she says second week or so. Boom. What happens? 17th, right here. Here's the 16th, 15th, 16th. No problem here. 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th, 15th, 15th. Oh, no problem. And then he sells off. And how much was that? On the 17th was 8,000 Bitcoin this time. So he's done 4 times as many as the first one he did. Goes from what? 17. Well, let's see. It came down a little bit from that time frame. Let's see. It was at 14.3. A few days earlier, 14.5, whatever. 14K. Drops down to, again, my mouse won't go near, oh, there it is. 10.3. 14K down to 10.3. It was like a 40% sell off. What is that? Something like that. Because of why? Right here. 8,000 Bitcoin sold off. Let's take a look at January 31st. By the way, this shouldn't upset you. I mean, it might a little bit because you're realizing this is coordinated crap against us. But it actually should excite you for the fire sale you're getting today. And it might be the last one we get a fire sale like this for a while. Although we know there's going to be some breathtaking ups and downs coming. Here, and we'll explain that in a second. Next date, 31st, last day of January. Once again, $12,000 nearly. We're on the 28th, 29th, 30th, here it is. Now, we did already have a little bit of a sell-off, but once again, right here, 31st, sell orders, boom. Gets us down to 8.7, actually lower than that. 8.4, 8.2, almost 8.3. A couple days later, whatever, boom. We have the super duper low, February the 6th, right? So, take a look at this. shockingly, isn't it? Isn't it shocking? The 5th of February, he sells 6,000. The 5th of February, another 6,000. The 5th of February, another 6. Are you telling me he just sold 18,000 Bitcoin on one day? That is a Big 10-4. No wonder why we were here and ended up here super low for a really long time at 6,000 bucks. Because I know it's not showing it here because I can't move my mouse to the right spot, but the low was 6 grand. Some places actually showed 5,800 again, depending on the exchange. 6 grand. He unloaded 1, 2, 3 the day before. So the question is something happening here at 11,500 on March 5th? Now we're down to 8,500, right? Did this guy unload a little bit more? Because as you'll see in Bix's video, he still had a little bit of room to go before he cleaned out the allowed amount for him to sell. Now they claim, oh, he has 1.8 billion worth, he could still sell, but Bix is saying actually that he can't. That has to go elsewhere. He can't sell that. And again, you have to watch Bix Weir's video about that. So all I'm telling you is that each of these sell-offs of epic proportions that took the whole market down with it. Let's go back to normal view. Because again, look, Bitcoin dominance, 41.4% up here at the top. 41.4% of the dominance of this whole volume, whole market, whatever, right? So what does the rest of the market look like when we have a massive dive in Bitcoin? The same way it's looked every other time during each of the waterfall sell-offs I just told you about and showed you. It looks just like this, doesn't it? Just like this. Although it was a little worse earlier today, to be honest with you. These numbers were a bit higher. So, anyways, what happens when this guy's done? There's very, very little for him to sell off, apparently, that he's allowed to sell off. The bulk has been sold. Like, he sold he's supposed to have $440 million worth, whatever, and he sold off like 400 and something, whatever. I don't know the exact numbers. Again, listen to Bix Weir's video. I'll link it. The bull market should be about to start. Okay? Numerous people I follow, which, yes, as I said, include Trader Boss. When you have that one, yep, that one, and this, this one, like Trader Boss, he's a volume trader. Of course, he looks at other things too, but you got some other guys who use other indicators that are real good at those things, right? All lining up, the bull market's fin to be here shortly. I'm not concerned at this at all. All I'm showing you is that we had an epic sell-off. Is there any other massive bankruptcy, liquidation, anything happening in the foreseeable future that you guys know about, in which a ton of Bitcoin are about to be unloaded on the market, or Litecoin or anything, but in this case it's Bitcoin? The answer is no. Now, if you know of one, hey, put it in the comments. Please inform me. Which means what? Their ammunition is running extremely low. And FUD news stories just ain't going to do it. So watch Bix Weir's video in full. We now know why every single waterfall event has just happened since December. And the guy's practically out of ammunition. Very little left, apparently. So get ready. Joe, when's a good day to buy Litecoin? What's today? Oh, come on, Smokey. Buy me some Litecoin for my birthday. Today's your birthday? What's today? Exactly.